You're asleep, but you're in the fight of your life. An unseen force is attacking, waging war against you, spirit, soul, and body. But why? Well, let's talk about spiritual warfare in dreams. An old song says that we're on the battlefield for the Lord, and this is certainly true when it comes to spiritual matters. So we're going to talk about 5 dreams that show you are experiencing spiritual warfare. Number 1, you're being pushed in front of an oncoming train, bus, or car. You can have a dream that you're standing on a platform waiting for a train to arrive when someone comes up behind you and pushes you onto the tracks. Or you can have a dream where you're being pushed in front of a moving bus or car. These types of dreams are revealing a spiritual attack. It's showing the enemy's attempt to stop you from progressing in a certain area of life, both spiritually and naturally. Dreaming that you're being pushed in front of a moving vehicle also speaks of a demonic attack that's coming by way of an accident. These types of attacks can come through open doors, such as the occult or New Age practices, or even if the dreamer is holding unforgiveness towards someone. Being unwilling to forgive can give the enemy access into your life. Paul said in 2 Corinthians 2, "What I have forgiven, I did so for your sakes in the presence of Christ, so that no advantage would be taken of us by Satan, for we are not ignorant of his schemes." So being pushed in front of a moving train, bus, or car can be revealing a season of spiritual warfare. Number 2, you've suffered a head injury. So you can have a dream that someone hits you in the head with a brick or some other object, or you're walking down the street and suddenly something strikes you in the head as you're walking. This would represent a spiritual attack involving your mind. Problems associated with this type of attack would include depression, anxiety, confusion, and all kinds of emotional issues. If the enemy can control your mind and emotions, he will surely control your whole life. So having a dream where someone hits you in the head, or they have you in a headlock even, this would be pointing to spiritual warfare that's coming against you. You can also have a dream where you are headless. Someone once had a dream that they lost their entire head and couldn't find it anywhere. This dream was showing that the dreamer was having mental issues, and it revealed the enemy's plan to take their mind. Philippians 4:7 says that the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Now, the Greek word for heart in this passage is cardia, and this is where we get the English word cardiac from. Cardia means the emotions, and this is the one main area in which the enemy can get a hold of your mind. It's through your emotions. The longer you stay in a state of anger, depression, or fear, the stronger the hold he has over your mind. So being hit in the head with an object or having your head removed from your body can be pointing to a spiritual attack where you're experiencing spiritual warfare. And here's a side note. Demons like to attack in the dark and hit you from behind. This is called a spiritual ambush. He will attack when you least expect it. This can happen in a dream or in real life. I experienced this many, many years ago. At the time, I was a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, and had just started working at a nursing home. I was told to hang my coat in a vacant room, and it was a patient's room, but there were no patients in the room at the time. So as I was hanging up my coat, someone hit me in the back. I was the only one in the room, so I immediately knew it was a demonic attack. It didn't scare me. I just turned around and began to rebuke and bind that demonic spirit that had the audacity to touch me. I found out that day that the facility was full of demons. In fact, they called it the haunted nursing home. And even when I worked the night shift, we would hear footsteps on the roof pacing back and forth. Needless to say, I was never struck by a demon again. But this is why 1 Peter 5 tells us to be vigilant. It says, be of sober spirit, be on alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Number 3, your wallet or purse is stolen. So you may have a dream where some unknown person has stolen your wallet or your purse. You can also dream that someone has made an unauthorized withdrawal from your bank account. This would be speaking of spiritual warfare being waged against your finances. Also, a dream of someone breaking into your house, stealing your possessions, and destroying or disrupting your furniture can represent a spiritual attack on you and your family. Or the house can represent your spiritual family and could be revealing a demonic attack against your church or ministry. Number 4, you're dodging bullets. So in the dream, someone may be chasing you, shooting at you, and you're dodging the bullets. This is revealing that you're undergoing spiritual warfare. The enemy is trying to kill and destroy your destiny and God-given purpose. These types of dreams also come to bring fear and intimidation to the heart of the dreamer. This is also the same as if someone was shooting arrows at you. But if you have these types of dreams, confess Isaiah 54:17, which says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Now, I once had a dream that I was at home and enjoying a family gathering. All of a sudden, I heard shooting coming from the outside. When I stepped outside to see what was happening, a man started shooting at me. I tried to run for cover and decided to make a getaway in my blue car. The shooter had gotten into another car and was chasing me and shooting out the window at me the whole time. Now, here's a question. Why do you suppose my car was blue? It was a pretty royal blue color, but why blue? Leave your answer in the comments section. I'm curious to know your thoughts. You can also dream that someone is throwing stones at you. This also can represent spiritual warfare. The stones can represent painful words spoken by others that has caused emotional trauma and hurt to the dreamer. Stones can also be symbolic of a curse. We see an example of this in 2 Samuel 6, which says, and he threw stones at David and at all the servants of King David. Also, Shimei said this when he cursed, go away, you man of bloodshed and worthless man. So dodging bullets in a dream or having dreams that someone is throwing stones or any other object at you, this would be showing a season of spiritual warfare. Number 5, you're being arrested. So in the dream, you're being arrested by the police. You're not even aware of why you're being arrested. Even if you ask what crime you've committed, you never get an answer in the dream, or the police may accuse you of doing something you didn't do. They arrest you and handcuff you and throw you in prison. This dream shows the enemy's attempt to seize and bring to a halt your spiritual journey. This is done to bind you up and stop you from moving forward in God. If you have any of these scenarios take place in a dream, be aware that the enemy has or plans to launch a spiritual attack against you. Hey, have you picked up your copy of The Mysterious Language of Dreams yet? In this book, I go more in depth about dreams and dream interpretation than I do on my YouTube videos. I talk about the depth dimension of dreams, dream layers. I talk about the time dimension of a dream. Also, dreams and the imagination, which is quite interesting. I also have put over 40 real-life actual dreams that people have dreamt in the book for you to practice your interpretation skills. Also in the back of the book is a dream dictionary with over 400 dream symbols. So I've left a link in the description box below where you can go and pick up your copy of The Mysterious Language of Dreams today. Have you had any of these types of dream scenarios? If so, I want to hear about it. Leave it in the comments section and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Go ahead and share this channel with your family, friends, and all of your fellow dreamers, and hit the subscribe button if you're not a part of the Dream Team. I'll talk to you all next time.